Hello everyone, we are back with another One Piece manga review. This time we've got chapter 1130, The Accursed Prince. And we have a new cover story. We're with Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest. This time they seem to be having a katana stolen while they're having nap time. So don't know if that'll be relevant in the future, but bear in mind the type of scabbard here, lots of circles. So if that shows up later in the story, that'll be interesting. So we start off with the other half of the Straw Hats who were left on the great ship Eric, and they're just declaring the end of the search. They reckon the others are still alive and they're already in Elbaf. I don't think they based this on any actual evidence. They've searched for them, couldn't find them, so they're just going on the conclusion that they're already in Elbaf and they should continue the journey, and they're out of food anyway, so there's no point starving. So they will carry on and head to Elbaf. And yeah, let's have a toast. But they've got no food and drink, so they can't toast. So they carry on. So the other half of the Straw Hats, who seemingly are in Elbaf, are getting a kind of glimpse of the actual scale of this place, where there's giant mountains, giant trees, a giant rope bridge, and it's all very disorienting, as Nami puts it. So interestingly, some giants are going across the rope bridge, and they are members of the new giant pirates, and they also don't like Road. So Road doesn't like that they bowed to Luffy, and the giants on that crew don't seem to like Road either. And one of the female giant here says that, well, Loki's not the shame of Elbaf, it's him, so he's not very popular. And they talk about how they saw Rhodes Raven carrying the Thousand Sunny, or they don't recognise the Thousand Sunny, just a tiny ship. So they're aware of that anyway. So Luffy seems to like the look of these giants and wants to just say hello to them. And Sanji sees the female giant, and, well, it's Sanji, so he gets completely enamoured by her and wants to see her. But Usopp and Nami absolutely do not want to draw attention to themselves, so they manage to sort of pull the others into hiding. Their presence is somewhat detected, but they think, oh, it was just nothing, just a little rustling, because obviously these guys are tiny compared to the giants, so maybe it just sounds like a little peep in the wind. So they get away with it. So both Luffy and Zoro seem to sense something in the forests below this drawbridge, this rope bridge, and Sanji decides they're not going down there. Zoro wants to go down there, but Sanji's like, well, we know what Zoro's like. You don't go off into a wood, you'll just get lost and we'll never find you. Based. But Luffy, being Luffy, just goes ahead and jumps down through the gaps in the rope bridge to the forest below to check out what the roaring he heard is. So I don't think anyone's going to follow, because no one else can just do a drop. You know, Luffy's immune from fall damage, basically, so he can just do that. No one else can. Obviously, Sanji's got his Skywalk, I suppose. But we now get to see what Luffy's doing. Also, you think, it actually jumps back to the great ship Eric, and we actually have Dory and Broggy have new bounties. 1.8 billion berries each. So they have massive bounties as a result of them attacking. They've been accused of attacking Egghead. So a bit of mistruths going on there, and they've taken the rap for that and got a huge bounty as a result. Also, at the same time, Luffy is framed for the killing of Vegapunk. And Lilith sort of laughs about it, and they're just like, hey, no, he protected you. But, I don't think anyone really bothered about that. I mean, Luffy's been blamed for stuff before. They also point out the weird focus on a cross mark on Luffy's arm. And I'm not entirely sure what that's about. I don't know if it's relevant. I don't know if it's faked. It's interesting because it looks kind of like the mark all the Straw Hats had when, they show their solidarity with Vivi at the end of the Alabasta arc. But who knows if that's going to be relevant. X marks the spot, I suppose. But here, they talk about the aforementioned Accursed Prince that was in the manga chapter title. And it's another son of the king, and he is Loki. Now, obviously, Loki's a big name. You might be used to him if you're used to the Marvel universe, but in Norse mythology, Loki is the trickster god, and in this instance, they said next time he's unleashed, he will bring ruin upon the world. So he's meant to be a very frightening person. He planned to get hold of a legendary devil fruit and seemed to succeed by killing his father, King Harold. So he supposedly has eaten a legendary devil fruit. So he has some sort of power, devil fruit power, that we don't know yet, and we haven't seen him. Get a weird little silhouette of him. But yeah, another one who calls him the Shame of Elbaf. But then we snap back to Luffy, who has gotten to the bottom of underneath the rope bridge, and there is a giant, a very interestingly designed giant, with a horned helmet, chained up, blindfolded, who asks Luffy to identify himself, and he gladly does, in even saying that he will be king of the pirates. And Luffy then asks who he is, and to no one's surprise, he explains that they are indeed in Elbaf, the Warland Elbaf, kingdom of warriors, the most powerful nation in the world, which once lived and breathed warfare. And here's the name reveal. And I am the sun god who brings the world to an end, Loki. End of chapter. Well, what do I think is going to happen next? Luffy being Luffy, he's probably going to free Loki, because he's an idiot. As for this whole claim of being the sun god, I don't believe it for a second. As I said, Loki is the god of tricks, deception, etc. So I think him saying he's the sun god is probably a lie. It'd be interesting if his power is something sun related. And this whole thing about the sun god, obviously, Road was claiming to be the sun god as well. And Luffy in Gear 5 is essentially a reincarnation of the sun god Nika. So there's a lot of sun god motif going around. So we might find more about that next chapter. Unfortunately, we're on a 3-week break, so no One Piece for a few weeks, unfortunately. So that we will just have to wait. But thankfully, we've had the anime where we've had the fan letter, which was beautiful and a great watch, and we're going to be getting the Fishman Island remastered set, which will hopefully be top quality. Looking forward to that. But I will end there. Leave your comments below. I'd love to hear your theories, and I will catch you next time. Bye.